Hello folks, it's Ms. Strong here, and I noticed that your demo videos don't show you a calculator. Sorry, I don't know how to get a calculator in the videos yet, so I'm making this recording to help you get started on your graphing calculator, and you'll want to come to CC's and use this website in the future to get more help on your graphing calculator. I'll be using it lots in CC's. I won't be able to use it much in the demo videos, at least I don't know how yet. So mathbits.com, scroll down just a little bit, find TI 83 plus, 84 plus, that's close enough, that's where you're at. This is where you click to get started using your calculator. You will find tons and tons and tons of stuff in here to look at. There's all kinds of things from a scavenger hunt to just different things and how you're going to how to use them on your graphing calculator. So when you need to know how to use your calculator, come to mathbits.com. Right now, you can watch this video, continue to watch this video, and I'm going to pull up my calculator for you. Oh, I thought I was going to. There it is. So let me hang on, try again. Go back to here. There we go. Right there. I missed it a second ago. Okay, now you should be able to see my calculator. I hope you have one very similar. Mine is orange because I'm a YouTuber and orange girl. First thing you're going to want to do is turn it on. You might need to turn yours on. Sometimes they come on. Sometimes they'll go off when they're sitting on your desk and you have to come back over and turn it back on. You think it's broken or something. No, just turn the on button on. We have 4 operations in math. They are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. You can see them right here. Enter is our equal sign. Interesting thing, you don't see a division sign on the screen of the calculator. When I push divided by 1 divided by 2, I get 1 fraction bar 2 because the division sign and a fraction bar are the same thing, and this calculator will always write it as a fraction bar. A cool thing that this calculator does, you see 0.5 here. If I didn't know that 0.5 was a half, I might want to know how to make that a fraction. I can push the math button right here, and I can say, oh, look, I want to make it a fraction. That would be number 1. If I wanted to take the cube root of it, which we'll do later, I could push number 4. If I wanted to cube it, I could push number 3. We'll do those later. Right now, I'm going to make that 0.5 turn into a fraction. It's asking me fraction. Yeah, I say, I push enter again, and it gives me 1/2 back. Kind of cool, right? One of the things that's really important about your calculator is the difference between this sign right here, which is a negative sign, 2, it's kind of small, and then this sign, which is a minus sign, minus 3. They look different. You still deal with numbers by saying, okay, this 2 has a negative sign in front of it, it's a negative 2. This 3 has a negative in front of it, it's a negative 3. These are 2 negatives, and I combine them, I get negative 5. If you try to put 2 minus 3 in your calculator and you use the negative sign, the little one, accidentally, you're going to get an error, syntax error. If you tell it to go to that error, it will show you that you were not supposed to put that, and you can change it and put this and try again, and you can do this that way. So it doesn't like it when you put the negative sign in the wrong place as a minus sign. That's the main thing. Anytime you put a fraction in your calculator, you should put it in parentheses. You don't have, the bottom line is, I know you saw me put 1/2. I just put a fraction, okay, I probably won't put it in parentheses. But if I do something like 5 plus 1/2, I'm going to put the 1/2 in parentheses. And I'm just going to say right now that when I put in parentheses, when I put in fractions, I almost always put them in parentheses, and it's just a good idea to get used to that. To square a number, I can do a couple of things. I can say 5 caret, and that's like what you do on your typewriter. I said typewriter, oh my goodness, on your computer, and you get a little caret. On my calculator, it just gives me an exponent. You might actually get a caret typed on yours. Some are different. So if I want 5 squared, awesome. If I want 5 caret to the 6, whoops, I missed the caret. I can go back though, get it again. Now I'm an exponent. 5 to the 6 is 15,625. Pretty cool, right? Well, what else can I do? I can use the squared button. Now this one only gives me squared. Whoops, sorry. I don't want to go there, and you don't either. The squared button, like 4 squared. but I can't do to the 6th power with the squared button. I have to use the caret. Does that make sense? Only a squared button. So how about doing the opposite of that? What if I want to take the square root? Well, my square root is right there above the x squared key, and it is blue. So I'll push the 2nd button, and then this button to give me the blue square root, and I get a little square root, and I want the square root of 36, and that's going to be 6. How about the negative square root? Notice the negative's on the outside, not on the inside. That's pretty important. 81, and actually I'm going to get a little tricky here. I'm going to say 0.81. What do I get? Cool, 0.9. How about then, at the square root, do you remember that square roots can also be a fractional exponent? If I want the square root of 81, I can say 81 caret, and I'm going to put my fraction in parentheses, 1/2. And remember, 81 to the 1/2 means the square root of 81, so I'll get 9. You also remember 1/3, because that's the only way to get a cube root on your calculator other than that math button, and I'll take you back and show that again. But mostly, I just say, if I want a cube root, I say, okay, I want my fraction to be, and again, I always put fractions in parentheses. I want that would be 81 to the cube root of 81. And that would be, oh, I thought it was going to be, oh no, 9 times 9 is not perfect. How about it, so it's not a number that's a perfect number, the cube root of 81. I thought I was doing it perfect. How about 27? Let's do the cube root of it. The cube root again to the 1/3 power, right? Cube root, what would I multiply 3 times? 3 times 3, I think the answer is 3. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. Yes. So the cube root of 27 is 3. Gotta think about those, don't you? Okay, so that's square root, that's cube root. I'll remind you also that you had cube and cube root right here. And to the any power, any, oh goodness, the word for that is just escaping me. You can put any root right there. But I always use fractions instead. What else did I want to show you? I want to show you a way to test greater than or equal to. So let me do that really quick, and I have to remember where it is. Okay, it's test in blue. So I'm going to go 2nd. Oh, let me do this for you too, by the way. If you ever get to a screen, you're like, oh goodness, I just want my calculator back. Then you go 2nd mode, and it's quit. Uh-oh, it didn't do it for me. Sometimes you have to do it twice. 2nd mode, and it'll get me back to this. It's quitting whatever it is I was doing. So when I get lost, I don't know where I am, I do 2nd mode, and it brings me back to this home screen. Okay, so I was going to show you test, which is in blue again. So what I want to do is I want to test, is -6 less than, greater than, or equal to -5? So I'm going to go test and look for a greater than sign. So I'm going to go with 3. And I can either toggle down like this and highlight 3 and then I push enter, or I can click 3, so both work. This is saying -6 greater than -3. Well, is -6 greater than -3? No, it looks bigger, but it's really not. So this is a false statement. So when I push enter, it gives me a 0 for false. No, that's not true. That's not true. So I say, oh, okay, I messed up. Is -6, 2nd test, is it less than? So I'll choose 5. Is it less than -3? And it says, yes, it's less than -3. So look how you can use your test button to compare if something is equal, not equal, greater than, less than, or, sorry, greater than. This one's greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Kind of cool, huh? All right, I think that's all I have to show you today. I hope you enjoyed this little demo video on your calculator. I need to get back to my regular screen, so I'll say 2nd quit. I like it clear, so I'll clear it out. And I hope you go play with your calculator. Have an awesome day. Bye.